Talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where starting a new relationship is just like playing a game of chess. If the chessboard was flowing water and all the pieces were made of smoke and none of the moves you made had any effect because the outcome was decided long before you showed up.
Still makes perfect sense.
It still does make perfect sense. It's less funny the second time. For those of you who don't, For those of you who don't know, this is our second recording of this episode because something went horribly, horribly wrong. Nonetheless, we're going to try to speed through and do a quick episode. Hey, Gord, how are you?
Good, Daddy. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Not frustrated at all.
Not one bit. Very, always happy when this kind of stuff happens. And sorry, I put down the phone for a sec when I answered you there, so you didn't hear me.
That's okay.
All right, so let's get right into it because we're gonna do a real quick, short show here. We were talking about how the CBC stole our story. Actually, your story. And I think I just hung up on you, didn't I? Oh my God. Seriously, is this some kind of joke? I don't know, I just hung up on you somehow.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, God. Pricelessly funny.
Oh, yeah. Haha. Okay, we were discussing how the CBC stole your big expose about the fires in Brazil. Like, yeah, I'd never heard of anything about it, and then all of a sudden it's all over every major news story. And
very, very true.
So once again, Eric and Gord with the breaking news. But CBC picked up on it, a couple other stations. I was Google News, that's how I know that they got the story from me, because that's where they get all their good stuff. But you now, Gord, are taking a completely different approach to this. Do you want to give us the Coles Notes version on that?
I am calling a bit of bag of bullshit on this. It seems to me that the wildfire that's going on. Yeah, you've got like 75,000 individual fires going on right now. Just under 75,000 fires going on right now. Last year there was around 43-something thousand fires. So that's a massive difference. That's a huge talking point. But the year before that, there was like 67,000 fires.
Yeah, that's mind-boggling.
Nobody talked about that. That wasn't even mentioned anywhere. Nobody could have given a shit about that. Nobody talked about it.
Yeah, no one's bringing attention to the fact.
What the big history is of how many fires actually go on in Brazil, the Amazonian jungle.
And you think it's somewhere probably 40 to 60,000 a year?
Yeah.
So this is not
exactly what I think.
So this is not newsworthy whatsoever. It's a distraction from all the bullshit that's going on in the States. Is it a money-raising tactic for Brazil, who took a huge bath on the Olympics and are going to be paying that debt off for a long, long time? What do you think might be behind this?
Well, I think one of the big things is that it's a big push for the whole climate. Because the biggest thing now is as soon as this hits social media, it's like literally everything before this has just been there's been fires. And now all of a sudden, it's all about this is climate change, this is affecting climate change, this is going to destroy climate change, and this is all going to make climate change that much more worse. Well, none of this spoke a word of it. When there were 63,000 fires 2 years ago, nobody gave a shit. Nobody even mentioned climate change, and the climate change has been a hot topic for quite a while, and this has never been mentioned.
But you had to know they were going to jump
all of a sudden, now it's actually a big deal.
Because this is Absolutely.
Now, hang on. Oh, hang on a second.
This is absolutely perfect for them.
Breaking news. Hang on. This is what we're talking about. Here we go. I got my number.
Fuck off.
Hey.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Really, right now? Really?
All right. You had some numbers.
Yes. Now, I am looking at numbers right now from 2013 to 2019. Okay? And you're looking at, aside from last year in 2018, which there was like around, there's about 43,000 fires. There has been over 50,000 fires every year since 2014, and there was around 35,000 fires in 2013.
Okay, but 75 compared to 35, that's still, or to 50, that's still significant.
It's significant, but here's the thing. What I find interesting is that there's no mention of what the fires were like, how many fires were before 2013. What happened in 2012?
Oh, I see. That's as far
Why
back as
isn't
it
that
goes.
being mentioned?
That's
See what I
really
mean?
interesting. Yeah, no, definitely. I'd like to look into that. Because I took this story really hard last night. I thought it was a really big, scary story, and that's the impression I got from the CBC article as well, that it's very, very, very scary and bad things are happening. But if it's the same every year, then what the hell are we talking about?
Right. And that's just it, because, like I said, 2018 was one of the lowest. But then 2017, there was like just over 50. 2016, you're sitting at close to 70,000. And then the next 2 years for that, 2015 and 2014, we're both sitting roughly around the same, 55,000 fires. So, like I said, yeah, is it a jump? Absolutely, it's a jump. And is it good? No, this is not a good thing. This is a bad thing. I'm not saying anything around that whatsoever. But that doesn't mean that we're not seeing a pattern here.
Yeah, and I do like what you said, that if Justy comes forward and has some big solution from Canada for this, that you know it's bullshit.
Yeah. Something seems off. How many fires were in Stockton?
I don't know why it only goes back 5 years. That's really interesting.
I need to know this now.
Well, we can devote the rest of the week to it for all I care. And real quick, I got to get this in before anything else. It's the second most important story of the night, and if we're doing a short episode, I got to get it out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the brand new website is live as we speak. It's 100 times better than our old website. Would you agree, Gord?
Yes, absolutely.
It's a much better design. I took my time with it. I went really slow, made it look good, made it look professional, made it look fun for Eric and Gord listeners. And it costs about twice as much as the one we've got now. That's crap. But it's worth every penny because it's for you guys. So what I need you to do is go to the new website. Tell us what you think about it. Tell us what's good. Tell us what's bad. What can we improve? What can we get rid of? What do you want more of? Just send in as much feedback as possible and make this thing worth it. And you can do that at fuckerickandgord.com.
God, I fucking love it.
No.
I love it. Say it again. Say it again.
It is fuckerickandgord.com.
That's right, it is.
How do you spell that, kids? Well, that is fuckerickgord.com.
FuckEricandGord.com.
Fuck those guys. You know what I think is going to be absolutely the most amazing part of this is I want to write to every celebrity that I can think of and ask if they'll say that for me. Like, I'm talking everybody. Like, I'm gonna get Beyonce, I'm gonna get her and Kanye and Kim Kardashian, and get all of them to just they don't have to video themselves. Just a quick audio clip of them going, "Hi, this is Beyonce, and I just wanted to say fuck Eric and Gord."
Be the greatest thing in the world.
If it catches on, it's gonna be epic. And the first person I would like to get involved on this would be Jagmeet Singh. Am I just losing? You're just dead tired, aren't you? I'm just losing you. I'm just losing you, aren't I?
No, I am. I'm trying to. I'm looking up more about the fire thing because there's more information coming up, and I'm just getting my much about that stuff.
Oh, okay, well I'll just go on without you then.
Well, continue talking about the website and Jagmeet and everything else because I know what you're going to say. So
it could be all new. You have no idea. So anyway, Jagmeet Singh today threw Justin Trudeau a bone by saying that the NDP will not support an Andrew Scheer minority government, thereby forcing a new election as soon as possible. That means that anyone who was like kind of on the fence, they're probably voting for Trudeau now. Now the reason he's doing.
Why is this our choices?
Yeah, well, I'm actually quite proud of Jagmeet for what he's doing because he's taking a stand against the conservative stance on gay marriage, and he's saying because that's the reason. Just because of their outlook on gay marriage, he can't support them. And I think that's very cool of him and the NDP to say. That's the first cool thing I've ever heard you say, Jag. Keep it up, buddy. So yeah, that was the Jagmeet thing. This microphone situation is just fucking killing me. Okay, so there's Jagmeet in his Game of Thrones throne of dick. Good stuff. And now the other big story we were talking about, Trump. Donald Trump would like to buy Greenland.
Yes, he does.
Now, America already has a very large military base on Greenland. Population of 50,000 Danish people living there who, I love this, the president of Denmark, they asked him, what do you think about the Americans wanting to buy Greenland? And his answer was, my immediate thought is no. That's such a good answer.
The best answer ever given.
No, it makes sense that he's going to do this. Number one, he's the third president to try and buy Greenland, but also, like, America's pretty much bought. Like, they bought all their territory. That's how they got as big as they are. They bought Alaska was a big purchase for them, and there was the Louisiana purchase. Same thing. They just bought it. It wasn't theirs. That's what they do. That's the only two I can think of. Well, California. They ended up buying California too.
That's right. Yeah. I always forget about that. That's right.
So this isn't rare for them. That whenever America wants something, they just go and fucking buy it.
But then, what I don't understand is for a country that is technically still in debt, how do you buy a country when you're in debt?
Well, see, that's you get into weird numbers there with like your debt as opposed to your deficit and all that kind of weird shit. Like they're not even really in debt because China bought their debt. So technically, China owns America.
Doesn't that mean technically that if America bought Greenland, that technically China owns it?
Technically.
So why buy it so another country can just say, hey, so we're going to collect, we're going to take Greenland, thank you.
Well, I think it's to give the appearance that America still matters on the world stage. They're trying to pretend they're not broke. You know, they're just like everybody who lives off credit. You know, they've got nice cars and fancy shit, but it's all living off credit. They don't own any of that shit.
Yeah, I guess that's fucking true.
Any guy who's
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, any guy who's losing his hair and has a brand new Ferrari, he doesn't own that thing.
No, I guess that's true.
Or the gold chain and a silk shirt that he's wearing driving them.
You know James Franco?
Yeah, he's my absolute favorite actor that I wish would get hit by a bus and stop acting.
Well, he posted a tweet a little while ago about saying that he just found out that the entire world is in debt for like $700-something trillion.
Yeah, thanks for waking up and coming to the party, Chet.
So here's the question. Now his question was, who the fuck does the world owe the money to? The Decepticons? I thought that was quite genius. But
Did it take him 127 hours to come up with that?
how? That's like that just makes no sense. It shows that there's no value to the dollar whatsoever. If the whole planet is in debt, then that means that the dollar has zero value.
This is what I've been trying to tell everybody since the inception of this podcast. Is fake numbers on paper. It's meaningless.
Completely.
Absolutely. I don't just say this stuff because I like my own voice. When you really break it down, it's absolutely absurd. And you're right, it doesn't make sense. Who the fuck do we owe the money to? The world. Who does the world owe? You can't... Like, it sounds so stupid, I can't believe it's taken 2018 years for people to question it. 19. It's the most retarded concept. If you look at it like a 5-year-old, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It makes no sense. It just... the whole planet can... Is there any one country that is not in debt? Just one. Is there one country that is not in debt? Just one.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. I almost guarantee Luxembourg. Switzerland's probably doing all right. Yeah, it's Switzerland, Luxembourg. I would say that's probably it. There's got to be some weird, like, African countries that don't own anything.
Yeah, but even then, they're still going to be in debt, because if they don't own anything, then they have...
Yeah, but I don't think they borrow anything. Like, they don't run up a debt.
Is it just a matter of just other countries just give them the money and they're not going to ask for it back?
Yeah, I don't think foreign aid counts. Again, it's like that doesn't add to your debt.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that kind of makes sense then.
But like, if I owe you $2 and then I give you $4, so I'm $2 in debt, and then you spend those $4, so now you're $4 in debt. Like, where does it end? Where does it stop? Yeah, apparently it doesn't, and it's just like this fake thing. And then what they do is they get the wealthiest country to, like, hold back some of their money so the other monies get more valuable, and then those countries, they can just print more money, and then, like, that's how Germany paid off its debt. It printed more money and paid it. Like, that's how stupid it is. Really, all America has to do is hit the printing press real hard and print enough $1,000 bills to pay it all off, and then it's paid. Like, so what the fuck? Are we even... It's so stupid.
But who does the money go to? Like, where does the money go? So you just printed off $10 trillion. Okay. Where does that $10 trillion go to be paid?
Well, they pay...
Like, who are you giving it to? Other countries?
Well, yeah, they owe other countries. And other countries owe other countries. And it's for bankers to figure out.
Fuck a bank, man. Fuck.
Exactly. Thank you. Fuck the banks. We had a big opportunity to completely revolutionize this bullshit system, and we didn't capitalize on it. We fucking just went the opposite route of any way that did us any good with the fucking bailout. There's no such thing as too big to fail. They should have failed because their stupid system doesn't make any sense. And now the world's starting to figure out it doesn't make any sense, but we've already put all our own money into saving these motherfuckers and their fake stupid money system.
I don't like this planet at all.
No, it's. I would like this planet a lot better if there was another species running it.
Any other species.
I think giant cats have it figured out.
Well, cats in general, they'll just sit there and be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or bears. Bears could do it. Bears could, and the gnomes would be in.
That's true.
The gnomes would be right there.
Hang on.
Hanging on.
I just have to get the sense I got to finish talking about this one here. So this Brazilian wildfire thing, I have found a map that has shown the fires between 2000 and 2012, the last 24 hours, and then where the intense fires are. Okay.
And what's the big deal?
So here's the thing: the intense fires that's happened between 2000 and 2014 is literally in 3 spots. And they're not very big in consideration to the rest of the parts of the country.
And let's keep in mind that Brazil is a large country.
It's a very large country. There's a lot of fucking space in there. A lot of forest. Now, the sheer number of area, of solid area that's burned between 2000 and 2012 is massive. It probably covers 2/3 of the country.
A bit.
Okay? That's what burned between 2000 and 2012.
A third of the country. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. In the last 24 hours, you're looking at the same number of roughly around 2/3 of the country has been burning, has basically been caught fire they're saying in the last 24 hours. Now, I don't know when this was posted, it doesn't give me a date. But there is a lot of fires going on. So basically, say you're literally looking at half and half. So yes, this is a pretty big deal. There is a lot of area that is on fire right now. There are a whole lot of small individual fires that are all over the place. But when it comes to the actual intensity of like major burns, there's not very many. So it's all just a bunch of small little virtual control burns that get done every other year.
And this is why I'm constantly telling everybody out there, source your news, get a couple different sources, figure out what the story really is before you run to Facebook and freak out about it. You know what I mean? As I did last night. I totally freaked out over this story, thinking the sky was falling. And it turns out, sure, it might be, but it's been falling forever anyway.
Yeah. Like, the sheer number of much of the area that burned, because the way this map is set up, it's set up by color coding.
Can I just interject for 1 second?
Or black with red, light red shading. That's what burned within the first 12 years of the new millennium.
Okay, well, we can't see your map, so we're going to have to get other people to go and look for themselves. Because we can't show your maps over the radio.
Just for everybody to look at, it's called infoamazonia.org.
Excellent.
That's the website. So it's called infoamazonia.org.
Infoamazonia.org. And I just want to be the first to point out that we really have to stop saying the sheer number of things. We got to just get sheer out of our vocabulary for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I do that a lot myself, but yeah.
Yeah, but nothing can be sheer anymore. If this motherfucker wins the election, it's going to be sheer everything, and it's going to be very shitty.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be enjoying that at all.
They're all going to be Andrew Sheer numbers of dick.
There's the sheer outlook of my dick. Fucking loser.
So that was the very condensed version. I know you're kind of eager to go, Gord, and I guess we kind of covered everything. A quick crash course in everything. I do have to mention that we're on Launchpad DM, but I can do that myself if need be.
You have to do what?
I have to mention that we're on Launchpad DM now, but I can do that later.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, definitely something that needs to be done for sure.
So we did try to have a. This has just been nothing but technical difficulties. The one that was supposed to be the best one ever has actually turned out to be one of the worst.
4 hang-ups, computer crash, power surge. we pretty much covered it all today.
And this $3 microphone I bought is absolutely worth every penny.
And this is why I don't shop at the dollar store.
Japanese dollar store. Katie's.
I got one more quick plug, by the way, before I hang up. I mentioned this on the last podcast. I'm going to mention it again. Steel Will Knives, you guys are amazing. They have reached out to me to help fix my knife, which is amazing. They're going to send me a bunch of parts. I just did the payment and sent it on out, and they're going to send me a couple of little kits for free. I just got to pay for that cheap little shipping. And so Steel Will Knives, well done, guys. Thank you guys very much. That's amazing.
That's very, very cool. Steel Will Knives, and looking very forward to having your friend on to talk to us about knives and who he's killed with them.
Yes, yeah, because we all know every person with the name of Jackson has killed somebody.
It's just statistics.
I can't wait to surprise him with that fact when we talk to him, because I'm not going to bring it up ahead of time.
That's good. Well, that's good. I drop one bombshell on all of our guests. Like, I try to get them to say something they might not say on other podcasts. We've had really great success with all 3, and this is going to be the 4th test.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So if anybody out there has any questions about knives, and like literally anything about any type of knife, blade, sharp thing, sharpening, anything to that effect, send your questions on in to us. Let us know what you want to know, because we're going to have an absolute expert on this topic coming up in the next couple of, I'll say 2 weeks to be sure, but we'll have them on soon.
Very, very much looking forward to that. I know it's late for you, Gord. Thanks for toughing it out and doing another hour with us. I can't believe it's been that long already, but I really appreciate it. If you're around tomorrow night, that would be excellent. We'll have a good show. If not, I totally understand, but I hope you are. I'll be back tomorrow night no matter what.
I'll be on tomorrow.
Okay, just say that one more time for me.
I believe I will be on tomorrow.
I believe I will still be editing this episode by that time tomorrow. So we will see you guys in roughly 23 hours. Until then, take care of each other and your dicks.
Yeah, and dick.
And dick.
Dick.
And diabetes.
All I got. Diabetes. Diabetes.
Of dick. All right, I'm shutting this down. Good night, everybody. I hate you all.
See you, everybody. Longer episode next time.
That was, I don't know what the total time on that was. I'm just going to check here.
20 minutes.
29.